I'm Coral, your AI learning companion for today's lesson. I'm excited to guide you through the world of core game mechanics, where we'll explore the fundamental elements that make games engaging and fun.
Awesome. Thank you, Coral. I'll take over from here. What we have here is an AI generated lesson based on information around the web, supported by knowledge checks, key things about the lesson, flashcards, fill in the blanks, more knowledge checks, videos, match the concepts, and other interactive elements that we have inside of the course. And this whole course here, it's just one lesson, but the whole course was generated by AI in less than a couple of minutes. How does it actually work? First of all, we go to the dashboard. We can see the course here already. This is for launching your first iPhone game. And the reason why it created this course is because I actually started saying, hey, I want to learn game development. How can you help me? And then it actually asked me a few questions about my level. And I said, I'm a newbie. I don't know how to create games. And then it asked, oh, why do you want to create games? And I said, actually, I want to launch a simple mobile game on iPhone. And it's so much different from learning game development, because game development could be a huge topic to learn, right? You can go to YouTube and a lot of courses on game development, but there is nobody, not an actual tutor, that can guide you through the key information that you need. So that's why this is, if you know the structure and the lessons you need to learn, it's much easier to start learning things. And here we have a simple but very effective AI agent that can actually guide you through it. Each lesson, if we go into a lesson here about introduction to game engines, we can see it's a different lesson to the previous one that I showed you, but it also has lesson content here. It also has different video to the one that I showed you already, and it's actually interesting to go through. I'm not bored reading through pages of content. I read a few paragraphs, then I have some highlight information, then I go to the knowledge check, then I go into fill in the blanks, then I go to the flashcard. What does an audio engine do in a game? And then here's the answer, and I can mark it as learn. I get points for what I learn. I also get a day streak if I learn for multiple days. So it's engaging, it's gamified, and you have an actual AI tutor that is ready to talk to you at any time and explain any topics. Start again, but let's pick another voice. If you don't like the previous one, we can use this one. Let's ask about something here. So for example, I'll ask, hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Also, can you help me with the fill in the blanks? I have a task here. So I'll read you the fill in the blanks and you're going to help me, all right?
Absolutely. Go ahead and read out the fill in the blank sentences,
Okay.
and I'll do my best to help you complete them.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. So the sentence is then blank one. Engine adds realism by simulating blank two, physics, handling gravity, and collision detection. Can you help me finding the blank one and blank two words?
Sure. The sentence would be, the game engine adds realism by simulating real-world physics, handling gravity and collision detection. Does that sound right to you?
Yeah, that's awesome. So actually was the physics engine.
Great. So the sentence would be, the physics engine...
Yeah, can you explain me the difference between the physics engine and the rendering engine, for example?
Sure. A physics engine and a rendering engine are two different components of a game engine, each with its own role.
Awesome, thank you.
I'll
talk to you later. Here we've seen another example of how AI tutor can help you go through the lesson. Actually, it said the game engine, but they're both correct. You can say the game engine more general, but you can also be more precise and say just physics engine. And actually, if I were to read this lesson, I would have understood it, because it just says here, the physics engine adds realism to games by simulating real-world physics. So it's pretty much straightforward of what the answer is here. But overall, what we have here is a fully customizable learning process for everyone. right? If you want to learn gardening, you can do that here. If you want to learn 3D modeling, you can do that here. If you want to learn math for GCSE, you can do that here. If you want to learn computer science for your university degree on specific topics, or overall just a general overview of what you're going to learn in the university, but you want to start learning before you go into university, you can do that here as well. So how the actual course creation works is we go here, we describe what we do learn. So let's say I want to learn 3D modeling. And now AI will actually ask you questions about what exactly you want to learn and why. I don't have any experience and I want to learn 3D modeling to print models with my 3D printer. You could go to Google and find 3D modeling courses, but they're going to be generic, and finding a 3D modeling course to print models with 3D printer is much more personalized to what I actually want to learn. What would success look like for you in this learning journey? The success would look if I were to be able to print on my, let's say, Bambu Lab printer 3D models. And then it actually asks what sort of projects I want to achieve, because it can actually guide me through that project during the course. Perfect, I'm ready to create a course tailored to your goals and needs. Is there anything else you'd like to add before I proceed? No. And now it will go to the second stage where it will actually create my course based on the things that I said. And then in a couple of minutes, I'm going to have a fully personalized course to what I need based on the knowledge from the internet, based on any other details that I specified during the chat, so that it will actually be personalized to what I want to learn. Awesome, so the course was created. Now we have from imagination to creation, mastering 3D modeling and printing with Bambu Lab. As we can see, we went through from 3D modeling, just generic course, we came to 3D modeling and printing with Bambu Lab printers. It's much more specialized course, specifically tailored to what I said. So it has introduction to 3D modeling, setting up your workspace, exploring 3D space, basic shapes and structures, selecting the right software, basic design techniques, adding details and refinements, saving and exporting your model. And it goes to even setting up your printer, loading materials, executing the print, evaluating the print quality, and then it goes into more advanced lessons here. In the future, we'll add an ability for you to change the course structure if you want to add something or remove something, as well as change the content of the lesson or request more content from the AI, so that you can go into any lesson that you, if you go to the mobile development course, you can go into quizzes and tests, and you'll find quizzes and tests here, as well as interactive elements and videos and articles that you can learn after the lesson. But overall, it's ready to use platform, and you can actually learn whatever you want, whenever you want, at any time, just using your laptop or your phone. If you would like to access it, go to heybruno.co and you can start a free trial. You can test it out and tell me what you think. Thank you.